Let me see if I see familiar faces. Faces or names, of course. Because we've been running this workshop for a few weeks, and some of them are, I mean, it's not repetition, but you have opportunities to, if you miss one time, we have a couple more sessions that we describe more or less the same topic. And I've seen some people that has been following all of them. So it was a pleasure to see a bit of such a warm interest. Okay, guys, I keep my phone here with me just to set the time. We have just usually, 5 minutes of buffer to just wait for everyone to join. Or at least like a bit of a big number of people. I suggest you to keep also your phone close to you because it's going to be a bit more interactive session later, and I might ask you to input some information. So keep your phone handy and we work with that. Let me just, no, stay here. I was thinking to close the door. I'm glad it's also kind of like I'm looking outside the window. It's earlier, a couple of hours ago, it was so dark. At least here, I'm in the west side, Singapore. It looking like very horrible. I hope it's not like Monday. Unfortunately, the floor is dried out already. Okay, one more minute to see if somebody else joins. If not, guys, so welcome to today's live session. We're going to talk about how to build a no and low code custom AI workflow. I would like to just know if some of you knows what we're talking about. You know that you have always the chat option. Let me just, wait. Let me just open mine from the Zoom. Wait a second. I want to just see what is it. Give me just 1 second. There we go. There we go. I have the meeting chat here on the side. So everyone, if would like to clarify a few things, have questions, share opinions, please feel free to do it. I'll keep it here. But overall, guys, I would like you to invite you today to, yes, be ready to listen something that you might never heard about it. And if for some of you knows and has some question about how to build no-low and low-code custom AI, just feel free to have it. Let me just see if somebody else will come, and then we start. Okay, in the meanwhile, let's share a bit of more information about me. Some of you that already was part of the workshop, I'm Martina. Nice to meet you all. I'm a visual, a UX designer, and designer educator here in Singapore. I'm not Singaporean, unfortunately. It's very sad, but I've been in Singapore for more than 12 years. And I'm part of Hatch Media House. Hatch Media House is a digital agency and a marketing agency. So we partnered with organizations. It doesn't matter if they are like a big names or small business with a heart that they need a bit more guidance where they need whatever is something simple and easy like a design, a website, or to navigate what is a bit more complicated. Sometimes we talk about strategies and marketing approach. So today, what's our focus today? We are going to understand the basic info of information about no-code and low-code platform. Maybe some of you already knows. I want to later just unpack this word low-code, no-code, what does it mean? Again, some of you means like something that we work on building blocks. Low-code, it when requires a bit of development, but very, very minimal. When we talk about no code, it's like when there is such an automation that there is no requirements of any kind of knowledge about like, development knowledge at all. We're going to have to identify opportunities where AI is integrated and how this one will be extremely successful for your daily workflow and can maybe help you out on speed up some tasks. And we're going to gain confidence seeing at least some AI tools, because there are going to be many. We're going to just to describe the characteristic of some of them, but they are all easy for you, immediately, even after the workshop tonight. This presentation is accessible to everyone. Write down some names. They all have a free version that you can use and just experiment and get a bit more familiar with these tools and see if they are if they have potential to help you out on your daily work. Okay, so let me also, guys, invite you to, if you can stay until the end. I'll try to be a bit faster. Like today workshop is between 5 p.m. and 7, but I'll try to shorten it a bit because I know it's the end of the day. Everyone would like to take a rest and chill. So, but if you able to stay longer with us, with me, we're gonna have voucher for to be using Grab after you finish a feedback form. Okay, it will be a bit of incentive for you to stay. This Grab voucher might gonna be useful for going to work maybe Monday morning in a rush, or Friday night if you need to reach your friends, your family for family dinner, drinks. Okay, so will not be bad. Okay, so we are, imagine that we are in a room all together. Unfortunately, we cannot do it right now, but I would like to invite you guys to always be open and curious to the experience that the other people have, just to be respectful of their stories. We are coming from a very, very different background and walk of life. Some things that might sounds like silly for us might be useful for others, because informations are always useful to be absorbed. Please share your stories. Again, don't worry if they are, this is so silly, I don't want to even ask. We might gonna all miss the opportunity to learn something. Please engage also actively. So you have here the chat box, type any message, any things comes in your mind. It's not like a lecture in university, one person just chatting, just it's good if it's something that we can learn all together, and overall it has to be useful for you, right? So what you can take home and what's the knowledge that you can apply immediately, since like tonight, day 1, day 0, or tomorrow. Make question and we can answer to everything to make you, like up to speed and work immediately on this task. Okay, so now, guys, I would like to invite you to open your Mentimeter at on your phone. So type www.menti.com. You're gonna have an interface like this one, okay? There is a code here on the top part of the screen, 69721634. just input it on in the space, in the free form here, 6, 9, let me do it together. 7, 2, 1, 6, 3, 4. Yay, I already see answers. Okay, so please interact with me and start to type. So how familiar are you with the following? What are no-code platforms? How familiar are you while using AI tools on your workflow? How familiar are you on creating custom workflow using multiple tools? Also, I would like to understand more what's your background, maybe if you are a solopreneur or if you are a part of a much bigger company. I would like to understand where you are coming from and how your AI has been already helping you on your daily task. Okay, so I will see a big number that is using AI in your workflow. Very good. We're gonna see later how. Some of you has been using already created workflows, custom workflow. Very good, very good. And some of you already use no-code platform. Okay, good. This is also try to understand. It helps out to understand how's the room today, where we are. Let's go for the next question. It's going to help us even more. So, in general, guys, what do you know about no-code and low-code platform? So this one is an open question, not right or wrong. You can tell me, look, I don't know anything about it. Good, absolutely nothing. Right, you're at the right place, because today we are not going to go in deep. We are just uncovering, just uncover a bit the veil to understand what is it. Okay, we see also somebody that maybe has used it already. So some answer, okay, not sure. You're not sure about it, you have no idea, but some of you say that a no-code, low-code platform is easy to use and maintain, very good. It heavily depends on platform stability. All right. It's easy to create function and workflow for your with predefined processes. Correct answer. No programming, little programming required. Exactly, literally what the title says. No code, low code. Anyone can create an app using no code or low code platform. Yes. What can I ask you? What can you define app? Because app in terms of mobile applications, yes, we can do that, but it's not the goal of today. We are not designing mobile application or a website using no code, low code. That is another actual workshop that I will suggest you to participate, because it's very fun and nice. And even if you have a small idea about your a hobby that you would like to make it a bit of a business, will be useful to listen that webinar just to get up on your marketing spirit. Okay. Let me see if there are a bit more answers. No. Okay, let's move forward. So in case, which tool have you used in your workflow before? So some of these are low code and no code platforms. We mind everyone, yeah, I see ChatGPT already like starting to come up with some numbers. ChatGPT has customization availability. Unfortunately, is only when we'll have a subscription for a monthly membership, a year membership. Somebody has used make.com, API and webhooks. You already know at least what it is. Good. Other AI chatbots. Other AI chatbots, maybe you know, we have Claude, we have Gemini, even Notion, Canva can help. I can also see that, you know, AI chatbot can help you to even write text when you have to message using Instagram, for example, right? Okay. Most of you will use ChatGPT. I'm one of you guys. I like ChatGPT. I start to know more about Claude also. That's another quite powerful tool. And I will say it's a bit better structured compared to ChatGPT. Okay.
Martina, the question
Yes.
only allow us to choose one anyway.
Sorry. Okay. So
Yeah.
anybody of you will use more than one?
Yeah. I tried Zapper before, but I
Okay.
don't really know how to integrate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Did you like it? Just a question.
Uh, I think it's useful, but I don't know how to get it working.
Okay. So unfortunately, Leslie, thank you for the question. Today, we are not going to go in detail into Zapier. We just give an overview of many tools that are immediately available to use because they have a free version. This one will give you also, I hope, the freedom to start exploring yourself, right? The tools, right? The fact that there is always a version that will show you the capabilities of the tool. And the moment you have a bit of time, I'll suggest you to always try, because one tool doesn't fit all the needs, of course. But they give you already an idea how the AI, the UI looks like, the interface looks like, and if actually can help you with your work. Most of them will be like marketing or connecting like a lead generations and so on. Okay, let's move to the next one. So what specific aspect, I'm following you, okay, what specific aspects of AI workflow are you most interested in learning about? So also for you guys that you don't have any idea what these workflows are. Try to imagine how AI can help you. Or let me challenge you a bit. Where do you think that in your job, AI could speed up some task? So think about something that you have to do, perform daily, weekly, and is absorbing a lot of your time. And you know that is very tedious task. Try to imagine how AI can help. Automation, yes. So repetitive task, or repetition of acquiring informations, or repetition on outputs, yes. Okay, marketing and responses to basic inquiries. How to tabulate data, analyze them, yes. I see behind here. Interpret the effectiveness of program to engage seniors. Oh, nice working with seniors. Customize experience to customers, record taking, cutting admin task, automation of certain tasks, okay? Customize workflow to my need, very good. All of it's good, guys, that you're giving a bit more like a general answer to all of these. It's fine, we go a bit more in detail later, but you all got it. So AI, in general, AI, maybe we go a bit on a more ethic, right? I really believe that AI is not a tool that is substituting our brain. It's not a substitution of who we are in terms of, work and expertise, right? But AI can help greatly on being more fast, effective, where to direct better our energy into tasks that they need our brain, and our brain is not really well used on just analyzing data. A machine can do it for us. The fact that we are then given interpretation of this data, that is all on our knowledge, okay? So AI is helping to perform better, but AI is not performing for us, okay? I also see copywriting, debugging code, good. Brainstorming, yes, I think AI is great for brainstorming. If you are alone, maybe, again, you don't have a team behind, or you need to unlock some creativity, AI can help you to give you some ideas. Okay? Let's go next. Okay, let's now go for, yeah, we're good in time, good. Let's see an introduction on no-code and low-code tools. So first of all, no-code platforms. Okay, no-code, good. Doesn't require any knowledge about coding. No engineering, nothing. Anybody can use these tools. Tools that allows user to build application and workflows without writing any line of code. Usually coding is extremely scary, is something that doesn't seem very approachable. The good thing is that now ChatGPT can help you out with this, because just giving the right prompt, understanding what you really need, and be able to verbalize it in a very clear and nice manner, then ChatGPT can provide you also the coding you might need it. There are some tools that doesn't even require that. They just have like visual components where you have to kind of like build blocks, combine them together, and the application will be running the job for you without making them working. So you just have to hit the power button. Imagine that. Okay. While low-code platforms, these are a bit more advanced, I would say, because in this case, these tools require a bit of coding, but again, ChatGPT can help in this case. You need to write a couple more codes to understand, make them perform better what you need them to do. Okay, so they are a bit more flexible compared to the no-code platforms. But then, of course, they are still also simplify the development process because they can combine elements together. A purpose. Guys, everything in life, I would say, will require a purpose. Both types of platforms are aims, it's very nice to say, to democratize technology. You don't have to rely to an external software, to an external individual or external vendors to already have something that works for you. The moment you know already what you need, this platform works for you on day one, day zero. You can adjust this platform to your needs the moment you understand how to make them better. You don't have to wait for somebody else to enter in the pictures, right? So this one is extremely useful because they're making it accessible to non-developers, accelerating the development process for everyone. And imagine if you are, again, I say one-man band, a solopreneur, or a person that is leading a very small team. How good will be to have this kind of process done by a machine and not have to engage or hire an external person that will be cutting down, for example, expenses, right? And not feeling the need to depend again to another person that might not be useful for the whole life of your company, right? Maybe just one off. These companies, these platforms can help you to work on the one off, okay? So there are a couple of names, popular name of low code and no code platforms. I can see that some of you have already some familiarity with Zapier, for example, right, Leslie? So Zapier is good because it connects up and automates workflow. In this case, we can think about Squarespace, for example, right? Squarespace is a normal, nice, quick CMS platform where you can put together very simple and easy for, okay, OkMoney website, but how you can speed up the process of connecting, for example, the newsletter that you are, the mail that you are collecting to the newsletter that you have to send out. So in this case, you have to connect Squarespace with MailChimp. Zapier can do that, for example. Even if you have to work on a lead generation account, right? You have a lot of names and phone numbers, but you have to kind of like manually input, right? Like you do it, you know, hand, like with a piece of paper and a pen. You need somehow a tool that is able to input all of these things fast, right? You have a form, right? Name, surname, phone number, email, and a couple more information. How these information are stored in a database that is extremely useful to be used immediately right after. Okay, so you don't have to look at the back end of a website and then check the names, check how many orders they've done, check the location of these the people where they come from, and then input to another software. Airtable, maybe some of you have used Airtables. Airtables looks a bit more like Excel. It looks like sheets. It has rows and columns, and works a bit like a database, exactly what I was saying before. So of course, Excel is not a database and should not use by that. But it has a lot of space where data can be categorized, right? And accessible to this kind of data is immediate. It's like neat sheets are and the cells are well in order. You find information immediately. So imagine that the Airtable is a very good database, and how you can find a database of I don't know, names, phone numbers, emails, and how you can connect with I don't know, another lead generation tool. They can connect and talk to each other. So Airtable is good. Also, all the other tools are actually very good on. They have strong capabilities on implementing the automation chain. Then we have Bubble. Bubble allows to building web and applications visually. Again, this one is maybe a bit more creative, I would say. The same for you know, other tools like Framer, Canva AI, and so on. There are the tools that allow you to visually build online products like landing pages, simple page where you can describe your product fast. Make.com. Make.com integrates various apps and automate complex workflow. Is a bit of a more nerdy version than Zapier. It has, I would say it requires a bit more coding, slightly more coding. Right, Leslie? Leslie, if you use Zapier, Zapier requires 0. Make.com requires a bit more. Imagine that this is able to handle a bit more the nuances on the connection points and is a sort of like a branching out, while Zapier is just really like building blocks. So in case here that you, sorry, but I need to see a bit better my screen. Okay, okay. So with Zapier, for example, right, you have 200 people that they are 200 people that are click on your ad. They are they're interested. They click on the ad. On Facebook, they want to get a new lead, and then you need to add them to a email list through MailChimp. So you have 250 leads contact. The moment you're gonna send out 250 email automatically, okay? And Zapier can do that. I remember this is a while ago that these things needs to be done by hand. Even let me give an example. Even Shopify right now, Shopify doesn't have an integration, automatic integration So I need to make it with Zapier in case I want it, where I want to send out again newsletters, because Shopify collects all the email of the people that are making one order, at least one. Of course, you have to ask for privacy and the usage of the email, but then to put all these email into a database, you need to do it by hand, like really copy paste, tedious. Zapier can do that for you. The moment you input everything on MailChimp, I mean, maybe some of you knows how to also use MailChimp. MailChimp is good because you can also categorize your customer segments, and you can send out emails. Depends on the customer segments. It depends on the sales journey, depends on I don't know, other variable that you already set up. So and that is extremely good. But how you can make that connection, Zapier can do for you. So the benefits of having, of course, these workflow that are already speeding up, right? Accessibility. So the good thing is that anyone in your team can create and manage the kind of application. You don't have to hire a developer. You don't need to reserve one of your resources just to do that. These tools, as I said, is democratizing the knowledge about coding, that everyone with very much like zero knowledge can actually use them. Imagine somebody is sick, somebody that leave the company. Imagine that you have a small company. Everyone should be ready to jump in, because the capabilities to use these tools are not so much. Speed, as we said, we accelerate developments and deployment time. So saving a lot of time, a lot of energy that could be used for doing other tasks. These tools are working like you have a colleague next to you that is doing only that. It doesn't require attention, doesn't require like a hand holding, nothing. These tools are doing these kind of jobs. You don't have to worry about, you have the peace of mind that this has been executed exactly as you wanted. So you can focus your energy on something else. Cost effective. This is cost hands in hand. So you don't have to hire or contract anybody else that will take care of this important part of your job. You don't have to think that you need to again, get somebody for extended amount of time. It will be a one-off, one time only. You set up all these chains, all these requirements, and then it's done. It will might occupy, depends on your capabilities, of course, few hours of your day or few days, but the moment it's done once, then it's done forever. Flexibility. The moment you can see that the initial settings you've done are not actually working exactly as you wanted, or you see that you need to, I don't know, progress in a certain direction, these tools are just so easy to adjust. Imagine that they are just like power handles before, or thinking now, you know, it's like a hot and cold individual tabs, right? Before you do, you work on with a certain heat of your tabs, but then you just adjust it a bit better because you have other needs that need to meet. These tools are extremely easy to be done in few seconds. You don't have again to call anybody. You can do it by yourself quickly, and they can keep running your job as nothing needs to be waited for. Last one, integration. So the fact that you can connect multiple tools and services to create complex workflow, that's fantastic. Imagine like Lego blocks. One tool is not doing anything, but there are small blocks that will be there only the moments that you need them. So you don't have to learn a huge amount of information in one go because it works in a bulk. But this kind of like quick and easy flexibility will work perfectly for you because you just need to bring the tiny Lego block you need at that moment. Okay, let's look at some examples. And if you have also some example that you would like to share, if you're already experimenting your workflow, please feel free. You can unmute your microphone and talk. If not, just type on the meeting chat in the chat box and I will read. Okay, so one of these will be the automation of routine tasks like Zapier, right? Zapier can automate the transfer of data between Google Sheets and an email marketing tool. Maybe was Leslie? Yeah, Leslie, you have an example that you would like to share with us?
I think this is a good example. I think using it. Yeah, for example, you receive a lead from, say, Facebook or something, and then you send out email using Zapier or something.
Exactly. So all these emails are not just landing on your Google Sheet and then you have to transfer manually to, again, maybe a newsletter marketing tool or any other tool that you need to use, but we'll do that automatically. Let's see another quick example. Custom application, right? You can build a customer relationship manager like a CRM system in Airtable, tailored to specific business needs. What we said before, right? Airtable is a bit more like, yeah, Google Sheets. You need to, I'm trying to understand, go on with a bit of, let me say examples. Any one of you has used Airtable? And would like to share maybe one example of the use? It's much better to use like real case scenarios. Nobody?
I can't remember what I use it for. I tried before also.
What do you prefer, Leslie? More Zapier, more Airtable?
I think Zapier will be more automation.
Okay. So guys, maybe I'll suggest you while listening us talking, open your browser and give a quick look on how Zapier looks like. It's from the website. I already give you a bit of a hint, a peek into how the interface looks like. And the same as Airtable. All of these tools have an entry, a free, immediate like a subscription, and then if you, of course, you want to go on, you have to invest a bit more. Let's see another example using Make.com. This one, Make.com, is actually maybe useful for who's using a lot of ChatGPT because it integrates with Google Sheets for generating and storing LinkedIn posts. Imagine that you need to create a campaign, right? That is involving a lot of LinkedIn posts. You need to target a certain amount of audience, but you still need to build up a campaign. So it's not one post only. Is it something that will run for a couple of weeks, will run for, I don't know, a month? How ChatGPT can give you an idea on setting up this marketing campaign in a form of Google post, targeting a specific audience. Okay, so Make.com can help. So, but then let's see how APIs and webhooks fit into a no-code and low-code platforms. So when the APIs are integrated to connect different tools and services, they allow to build workflow that utilize multiple applications without writing code. Okay, so API, you know, it's a very free information for a website to be used, and they connect tools and service for free. Okay, so in this case, there is an extreme immediate benefit because there is no brain involved into I need to connect my Zapier with my Squarespace and MailChimp account. Done. All the tools are communicating with each other. So there is no need to understand how to, weave them together. At the same time, so using Maken to connect Google, for example, Google Sheet with ChatGPT via API, it will enable automate data processing and content generation. Again, go back to the example we did with LinkedIn, right? ChatGPT can create content for you depending on which kind of target audience you would like to have, and I don't know, advertisement, the kind of advertisement you would like to run, for how long, and so on. When we talk about webhooks enable real-time automation in workflow by triggering action as soon as specific events happen. So like collecting emails, right? Or when somebody clicks on advertisement, okay? Here, somebody has some example that we can discuss together. Nobody? Just taking notes? No? Nobody? Okay, let's go on the next. So what would be an example? Let's see. What came up in my mind was setting up a webhook to automatically post new LinkedIn updates generated by ChatGPT into the Google Sheets in the moment they are created. So for example, it's like having a sort of automated content calendar, right? You don't have to remember, or I don't know, setting up an alarm, or I'm thinking if you want to invest some money on a platform like, in this case, okay, Planoly doesn't work with LinkedIn, but there are similar platforms like Planoly where you have to insert all your content. You need to insert the image, the hashtag, advertisement, caption, and CAO, and then setting up the timeline. So when to post certain kind of output at what time and what hour. In this case, the moment that the ChatGPT has created and is input everything in Google Sheets, they know already when to post it out. Okay. The moment, for example, again, a webhook is working out. I give you another example that I'm an Instagram user, for example, right? Instagram users now, a lot of businesses are asking for profiles, sorry, they're asking for example, like, I don't know, if you want more information about a specific webinar, a specific PDF, just type the name, I don't know, Hatch, or I want today, I don't know, I want today on my box below, and in DM, you're gonna receive something. So this is also a webhook. I don't know if you guys had it happen, or you're following these kind of accounts that are giving you a bit of material for free in exchange of maybe some of your email, most likely. So these kind of tools, these kind of profiles are using webhooks. The immediate moment they receive that kind of like a password on the DMs, it will trigger a chatbot at the end. It's a chatbot that will give you a bit of more information about what's the tool, will direct you to an email where you can download, I don't know, a PDF or a webinar or anything. Okay, so it's not something that you have to do manually. So why all of these actions are extremely important? I have a feeling that we are a bit repeating what we said before, but efficiency, right? The automated transfer of data between applications. You don't have to check multiple drawers, right? You don't have to check the first thing that your software number 1. You don't have to check software number 2, number 3, and number 4, because they all communicate with each other. You don't have to input anything. You save time, the fact that you don't have to care, because these tools are running by themselves smoothly. Integrations. the fact that it's no code and low code, it doesn't involve putting again effort into understand what code requires. I don't know if you guys have experimented in your life, but most of the time, the moment you talk about coding, it's like a sand castle or a castle of cards, right? Or a Jenga. I don't know if you work or you have played with Jenga, but if you pull out the wrong brick, all the structure will go down, right? So working with coding, if there are developers here in the room, knows that the moment you might gonna change one line of code, might run into the risk of stopping the whole application. It happened many times, I tell you, in the past, fortunately. The fact that these platforms, they really work as building blocks is minimize also the effect of mistakes when the time you have to do the integration. And then you have real-time updates, right? And again, you can set up the notification updates and ensuring that your workflows and data are always current and accurate. What we said in the point number 1, you don't have to check. It's sort of like you can forget that these tools are working because they provide you only results. It's like having colleagues that works independently without you doing daily check-ins or maybe hand-holding or doing like a onboarding experience. These guys are working, they give you updates without even asking, and it's just like there. So if the moment you need an update, you're gonna turn your head and check. If you don't need, the updates are there, but it's on your discretion if you want to know or not. There are different levels of AI integration. I think this is the idea of levels is good for your own knowledge to memorize how advanced we can go, okay? So the levels is because there is a lot about accessibility and gradual learning. So these tools can do everything for you, but of course, the moment you know more, you're more interested, then the possibilities of these tools being extremely good for you are just opening up, like wide open. The fact that there are levels is because you tailor the tools to your solutions. If you need something quick and immediate and not very customized, there is the possibility, and you stop at the first 2 levels. The moment you gain more, let's call it confidence, and you have more requirements for these tools, then again, it's just, you know, have a jacket that fits you better, right? You can buy in Zara, find a jacket will cover you from the cold, but having a beautiful jacket that exactly suit your body type, but have maybe also the initials, I don't know, that will be fantastic, but that is level 4. Another one is scalability and efficiency, right? Not all tools need to work immediately for you on their full potential, right? You can just taste the water, understand if these tools are okay to just speed up something that you think that might be good. If they don't, fine, just put it on the side and you can kind of like forget about them. But maybe the fact that you progress on your work, you start to understand that you can, some task could be automized, then you go back to the same tool and give action or a plan to perform. And this will come right after. So you just ask them to do something one time for you and it works. The moment you need that task to be performed much for a longer period, they can also do that. Okay, so slide. Okay, so when we talk about levels, there are 4 levels, I will say before. This is also, again, for you to a bit to memorize the stages and also position maybe yourself on some of these stages. Even now, after the workshop, or in maybe a couple of months, if you're more interested into these kind of things, you can understand where you are and how much higher you can go. or deep can go. Basic integration, simple automation task. As we said, just connecting Squarespace with your MailChimp, immediate. So Squarespace through Zapier. Zapier can really just hook you up with your Squarespace account, MailChimp account, that's it. Easy and sweet. A bit, I would say, for dummies, I would say. Level 2, an intermediate integration. You connect multiple tools. You connect ChatGPT, you connect Google Sheets, and you connect LinkedIn. So, okay, so this is a bit more, let's not say complicated, but requires slightly more knowledge also because you figure out that you might need a bit more extra help. Again, AI is not simplifying the life for you just because the computer sees it, but you have to show to AI what your needs, okay? Because if you're a person that really loves to just write LinkedIn content every day manually, you can still do that, absolutely. If that's your main task and your monthly salary comes because you do that, and you keep writing, that is also good. But if you can recognize that that task could be speed up because the software has exactly your knowledge, has exactly the right amount of information that needs to be shown because you taught them and you connected with the right tools, then your focus can go into, you know, gain expertise on something else. Level 3, customize workflows. Again, as a bit of what I said before, you try to understand where you can speed up even more your process. Here, guys, I might need a bit more information from you because you are maybe marketing advanced executive, and you can tell me where in terms of you know, leads or sales, you can have a more customized workflow based on multiple AI platforms. Anybody can answer here, please? I just went on the next one, eventually. Full-scale automation and analytics, okay? I don't know if also only one person has expressed the need of having a tool that can also interpret and read the data, right? That will be fantastic because, okay, the tool will provide you a nice and clear interface on how your data, your leads are looking like, but then still you need to make sense of it. Imagine that you have, again, another tool that can do that for you. Doesn't have to, I know that some tools are also providing you graphics, for example. I'm saying infographics, like classic charts, like pie charts, scatter plot, and so on. Things that could be used for your own data interpretation. Then, you know, you need to get that data for you to, I don't know, brainstorm or discuss with your team and go on with your work. But you can also use this data, and they have a very good, they're in a good shape where you can just copy paste and put in your, I don't know, final presentation. Or imagine that there is another tool, Menti doesn't do that, but Mentimeter is very good for presentations. And imagine that those data, they can immediately input into Mentimeter and they come out in a beautiful visual, I don't know, pie chart or a scatter plot or a bar chart, right? You know how visually these infographics are immediately, they are visually powerful, they are immediately recognizable. Imagine that this kind of data that has been already interpreted and then visualized, it could be helping you out on creating these kind of outputs that you need to, I don't know, present to your client, lead manager, and so on. So this one is a very, very high level expert integration. But again, you need to understand what would you like to achieve, because AI will not give that answer for you. Let's go a bit more in deep. Let me be a bit more, okay, I'm looking at the time. Okay, level 1, basic integration. Let's go a bit quickly, guys. We discussed a bit before. So writing LinkedIn posts using ChatGPT. I can imagine you can do, one by one. You have your content calendar on the side, and you know that 1 week you need to talk about topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, and you just do it. But what about LinkedIn is connected to your calendar, and he already knows that this week the topic that he has to crunch out is that one at a certain time, at certain hours. That post needs to be pushed out. That will be fantastic, right? It will require basic content generation. Fine. Again, ChatGPT is quite good on doing that. Even like doing campaigns for months. I'm pretty sure that some of you have used it. When you say ChatGPT that you use a lot, GPT is also for this kind of case. Maybe not LinkedIn, but you have to write content for social medias, or let me think, like repetitive outputs. Correct? Can somebody give me a thumbs up? I think so. Okay. Let's see an example for level 2, intermediate integration. So automatic content generation and storage, like Airtable, right? Again, it will get, will collect the data from the, I don't know, the lead ads, but then it's storage and categorize it. And it's not just storage in a, I don't know, Word or Pages list, but will give already the look of a sheet, of a Google sheet, for example, or an Excel sheet. You already know the segmentation of your email, or for example, if, I don't know, try to brainstorm right now, the person is more interested into a certain product rather than the other, is that lead has existed before, or is a recurring client, and so on. 3, advanced integration, let's see, is enhanced content management with custom GPT. Custom GPT, guys, maybe I'm not gonna go right now in deep, because we have a webinar, and it's it seems easy, but it's a quite complex but extremely beautiful tool. Unfortunately, we need to use it on a paid, on a monthly subscription base for on the GPT. It's called exactly Custom GPT. And for example, it's will be extremely useful when you need to present, you have a small company and you have to create design pitches, or answer to requirements that a client is asking you for, then craft a proposal, right? Writing proposals is a task that is extremely tedious. It's very repetitive, and most of the time you can copy paste some material from previous proposals, but again, each client is requiring like a different set of tasks. They have different needs, different budget, and you can allocate all of these resources and budget and time on a different, right, on different areas. You cannot just give out a price list, like a menu, right? So proposals are extremely tedious. Imagine that you teach your custom GPT to create proposal based on your, your business offers, the kind of opportunity you want to seize at the moment, the kind of audience you have. With custom GPT, in this case, you can teach them immediately how you want certain things, not nice to say, but how do you want things to be executed, right? And then custom GPT is able to produce the output you want because the database that has been acquired is provided by you. Understand what I mean, guys? It's not just asking, hey, ChatGPT, give me a proposal for a client and want to build a new website. Yeah, it will give you something extremely generic. But if you input the kind of industry, the kind of agency you are, the kind of client that you've ever worked before, the kind of, I don't know, minimum budget, the kind of timeline, the kind of pre-kickoff, I call it shopping list you require. So all of these things, Custom GPT can absorb it because they are unique to you, and then can provide you an immediate output that it's tailored to your own needs. But this requires a bit of customization. The good things, let me move on. Okay, the good things, because here is talking about workflow. For example, the good things about this is it needs to be done once in the beginning, and that's it. So comprehensive workflow doesn't happen like overnight. It will need to have a bit of work required, I would say, a tiny bit of coding, right? But then the results will be extremely more personalized and tailored, okay? They will not need more checking. They will not need extra hands or extra eyes to check. Whatever output is good enough to be immediately sent out, present, or for example, publish. I see maybe one person that was having a microphone working. Winnie, is it possible? Winnie has something to say, or maybe not? Maybe not. Okay, so blending AI and traditional methods will be still, right, guys, having the control of the output that you have. Because we still have this idea that AI can do everything for us, but AI seems that is operating on his own. Yes, if we are just using it as an oracle, like, hey, ChatGPT, tell me what's the cheapest, I don't know, Hainanese chicken around the Newton area. Yes, it can give you a very, very generic answer. But what about we start to give to our tool more information about our company? So these tools are becoming like a colleague rather than just executioner. It's a very, very fine line. So we need to feed them in with our brand voice, for example, and identity. What I was saying earlier, right? How we can make them part of our team, not because they are just external softwares, but because they are exactly like us. I like this. If you want to go into a bit more conversational. How is AI in our dates? So guys, here I will just, we're not losing so much time, but if you have a piece of paper and you would like to just write down and list down of maybe 5-10 tasks are a bit too many. 1-2 tasks that you do regularly, daily or weekly at work, and try to identify which one are the most time consuming, which are very repetitive, and which one also requires some decision making. Like the data we were saying before, you know, data are there in your eyes, but you need to make sense of this data. Okay, and this is the first task I ask you. The second one will be, maybe imagine that you have these personal assistants, these automated workflow, or this colleague that is a specialist, right? How this entity can help you the most. Let me put up 6 or 7. I give you like 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Esatto. If you also want to quickly write on the chat box, or tell me, like, put on your microphone. Let's just do it quickly so we have time to get to the end of the workshop without rushing, aiming to be done before 7. We have time to have dinner, take a non-crowded train. I don't know if there are designers in the crowd or people that needs to work on more creative field. Yes, somebody? I see a thumbs. So let's work together more on that. What's the most time-consuming task if you are a creative? One is coming up with ideas, very, very generic, right? Something that extremely repetitive and tedious will be, for example, in my opinion, also write when we talk about social media, easy, very, very easy example, writing the captions or writing SEO or alternate text and content. More decision making, I would say that is more on the idea part of what, and try to understand what to push more in terms maybe of advertisement, what maybe doesn't really require to be part of an advertisement plan. So all of this information can be given to the AI, and AI can give you an answer. Oh, nice. I hope I'm like with this talking out loud might help you to, unlock something. Just say, aha, like, wow, I didn't think about that. It's good. We are here to share ideas, not teach. Okay, let's move a bit on. So which guys are the repetitive tasks that you do daily for work? Maybe you tell me answering to customers' emails for a specific product, or of create Instagram or social media post, or writing cold emails, find leads, or let me think, research, like find other competitors in the same environment of your interest. Okay, let me see. There are some answer popping up. So data entry. Wow, you need to do it manually. That's a lot of time. It's a bit also like a brain dead activity. Kind of like. Another thing, I don't know if they are really like UI UX designers. This is come up to me, but some people say that extremely repetitive tasks will be designing certain kind of flows, like sign in, sign up flows, to understand the logic of sign in a platform. Okay, let me read. We have 6 entries. Okay, we have having to check certain list of items to make sure they are up to date. Who wrote this can be a bit more specific, like you're talking about like having stocks, for example, or I don't understand what it means that these items need to be up to date. Like, if you can clarify, just write on the chat box. Repost content in every social media platform. Okay, so you have one, let's call it post, that needs to go in, I don't know, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, maybe X, not Spotify, sorry, LinkedIn. Is it? Okay, that would be Pinterest also. That's another social media. Okay, that's very, very tedious also because every social media has a different way to input information. You need to always upload a picture, write a caption, write a hashtag. Again, if you need to set up the time that you want to post when. Okay, too much email alert to browse through. Okay, which kind of email alert? Sorry. I'm pretty sure, sorry, I enlarged my screen and I don't know. Okay, I'm sure that some of these email alerts are, so there are different level of alerts. Some it's very like basic, doesn't require much of your attention, but they still being pushed. Some other are actually important and require your attention. The software is not able to recognize the one that are needed immediate attention and the other one that are just there for FYI. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is my interpretation. Let's see another one, fifth one, email correspondence, product research, data entry, data analytics. I assume that this is a sort of like one man or one woman band that requires to do a lot of tasks daily that also are really scattered, and the brain needs some time to focus for each of them. You're not, I mean, the risk is that you jump in between all of them and higher margin or of mistakes, higher margin or forgetting something, higher margin to just get back and focus into now it's time to further research. Close. Now it's time to email answering. Okay, now it's time to data entry. It's a lot and seems that it's not very efficient just jumping in between. Proofreading, copyright, and content generation. Wow, this still exists. I don't know if this copywriting is being created by a generational AI, or if somebody by hands, like another person is writing and you need to double check if the content is following the tone of voice of the brand, if you work for a brand or a small company, if there are not mistakes, if is staying on the right amount of space that needs to be, invested, right? Okay. But now let's see which kind of your daily activities involve sorting and categorization. Some of you guys say that you have some data to input, some data to analyze. If you can be a bit more specific. Just let's say 3 answers are fine enough. Good. You need to, let me see, categorize, for example, the kind of customer for a certain product. Or you need to, again, collect emails. Guys, 0 responses, found it a bit hard. Okay, let me give me 10 more seconds to see if maybe I'm thinking that maybe something is not working, but I don't know. Winnie, Morgan, Pranotti, Michael, do you have any daily activity that you need to sort out informations. I'm trying to understand if my job require this. I don't have much data to handle, I tell you. Let me think. It's a good opportunity also to reflect, right, on our own tasks, because sometimes maybe we are doing things not even thinking that they could be speed up. We are so used to do it in this way that we don't even think how to make it better. Okay, let's move on, guys. But then which kind of decision, for example, do you make regularly based on specific criteria, right? Which kind of information you need to, decision you need to make daily? For example, it's gonna be hard right now to use like a specific personal example. But imagine that you, again, for example, for a campaign, which kind of decision you need to make on posting a certain call to action into LinkedIn or Instagram instead to another. Is it something that you don't have to make this decision, or you have to make this decision because you have seen the kind of sales that has been made, you need to see the kind of demographics, or let me see. None of you? Okay, this one was interesting. Interpreting seniors' behavior when engaged cognitively. Nice. So do you have a sort of like a machine, I don't know, data that has been collected because, I don't know, there is, I don't know, just again, brainstorming. Heart rate, heart rate data collection, or you just see, wearable device. Cool, very cool. Very cool, actually, now that I see, fantastic. So you have wearable devices that are collecting seniors' behavior when engaged cognitively. So they have a specific tasks that they need to perform. And then you have to follow up with activity based on these engagement sessions. ADA, neurofeedback for measuring attention. Amazing, fantastic. That's amazing. So imagine, for example, again, I think I'm sure is gonna be the next answer, but imagine that you have a tool that based on the data that is collecting is already giving you a sort of schedule, a timeline where you can do certain activity and when. And maybe it's also able to break down the activity because it's found a pattern. You have, I don't know, a pool of 10 seniors, but 3 of them are reacting in a certain way, other 2 in another certain way, so another 5 in completely another way. So it's also able to use this kind of fragmentation because one activity can be designed into levels. People with, I don't know, now I'm thinking a score that is from 1 to 5 will do one thing on the same topic. But somebody that they can do a bit more, they can be a bit more stimulated. The AI can already suggest you to do something slightly more advanced, a sort of level 2, but on the same activity, and so on. And maybe you arrive to a level 2, level 3. Oh, yeah, this one will be fantastic. Thank you. So let me read it out loud. So just-in-time measurement that can detect if seniors are negatively impacted by activity and make adjustment immediately. Very good. So you see, the interpretation that I had is for designing sessions that will have been suggested, I don't know, after a day, few days, a week, and so on. But if AI is fast enough to immediately recognize how trajectory could be better better design, give a different adjustment to give a better output, that will be fantastic. Sort of like a real-time data absorption and data output. Is it? That's fantastic. Give me a lot of also give me a lot of ideas. Really, really thank you for the contribution, Albert. Then, okay, there is a new information. The big data collection will be for long-term collection of information. Yes. So the fact that you are starting to collect data, then of course you start to see pattern, and you can just then propose more collaboration, maybe also for other entities in the future. Of course, data guys are the most important thing that we have for our marketing activity and so on. Let me read another one. I do NPS score. I need to classify quality analysis. AI is a good tool for categorizing. Yes, also that is a lot of time in decision making. You need to put the right data in the right bucket for then in the future be able to accessing and see a pattern. Again, we are talking similar to what we were saying about the seniors, right? So you need to understand how to categorize all these elements for making decision later. Am I right? How is it right now? I think you have to do it like manually, or you on your own experience, you need to categorize. Also a lot of responsibility, if you think. A lot of responsibility in this case. Imagine that a machine can remove the responsibility because it's running based on numbers, right? It will be much easier also to approach to this kind of task because they are a bit more dry and number driven rather than, again, not sentimental, but personal evaluation. Also because we have all personal different ways to evaluate something, right? Let's go on. Let's move on, guys. So, okay, we discussed this from all the tasks that so far we described in past. Which tasks do you think could benefit most from AI or automation? We said that is real-time data adjustment. One. Second one will be more categorization analysis based on data and facts. So can I say Michael? Michael previously used to read and clarify manually. I assume the NDP's result. Now it uses AI to check keywords. Good. I'm pretty sure that you just have to input the text that you have. You understand, you set up already to the AI which kind of keywords they need to recognize, and based on the keywords you get the results. Good. It's a bit faster than before. Again, we are discussing the same. You might AI or automation help with the task you choose. What would it do? Imagine, Michael, can I ask you, what will be like we were talking about the 4 level of engagements. If you think about a bit more advanced level to even speed up these tasks, automatize it, make it better, what would you like AI to perform for you, for example? So here you said that you're just using AI to check keywords, but what AI can do for you better? Same for, what was the other person? Albert. Albert, if you tell me how AI on a level even higher can help you with these, the seniors learning. I give you just a couple of minutes, then we move on, guys. Okay. Okay, so Michael says to provide the recommendation of how to improve the score for the defectors and action plans. That would be fantastic. So you already provide a detailed plan, actions, yeah, you said, to get better on those numbers. It would be fantastic. And where the service has failed, okay, that's nice to say, or where the service can do actually better for that kind of individual that needs different help. Okay, so imagine that AI is able to already crunch, so it's not only crunching the data, it's not only able to understand where can find pattern, but is also helping you to make that pattern a level higher, make it better, without you thinking what to do next. Need GPT? Okay. Let me read this one quickly from Albert. When we were talking about the seniors, we can provide evidence to organization of the efficacy of programs for seniors without causing any harm or discomfort to them. So it means that there are still organizations that they think that these kind of activities maybe are not very meaningful, or they might be dangerous, right? Maybe the data that AI can provide will be much more convincing. And again, taking back to what Michael said, these AI can also receiving action plan. Organization wants to know what they are paying for. Of course, who knows? Who doesn't want to know? Maybe just only AI can not only explain what these tools are doing, but can also showcase how these your organization in this case are improving in which kind of fields. Which kind of fields for the neurocognition? How can, for example, save money to this organization that they need to take care to elderly, or how the government can save a lot of money on hospitals because improving this program will, I don't know, avoid, I'm not really sure what I'm saying, guys, but kind of like delaying the dementia, for example. Again, I'm not an expert in this, so I'm just giving you a bit of brainstorming, but AI is also showing you a projection. It's not only reading the present, but is also showing perspective of how the future could look like based on certain parameters. Less money, more money, more ability to have resources or less resources, right? I think that will be a good point. AI can do that. Let me go quickly, guys, because now we're starting to run out of time. Okay, delay cognitive impairment through social engagement before medical intervention either. Imagine government how much money could save and how much resources could be directed somewhere else. Absolutely. Email filtering. Could you teach us how we could use AI in this aspect? Okay. Email, let me think about it. If not, who wrote this one, please write me an email and we can discuss a bit later, because I have a feeling that right now we are a bit running out of time. And this is the beautiful thing about webinars. But to just don't make it a webinar of 3 hours, it's better to keep it a bit shorter. So please, I'll give you there is my email at the end of the presentation. Just write me an email and we keep discussing that, okay? Please, I want to be extremely useful, and but maybe being conscious of time. Let's work a bit faster here, because I think, guys, that we have enough information. We discussed a lot. Again, it was an exchange of real case, of brainstorming, so we can skip these kind of things. Again, we discuss immediately what will be the ideal auto result for if this AI power solution. Again, perspective. Why organization could invest a bit more in this aspect of of work, because they're gonna save money in the future. For example, everyone would like to save money. They can improve a certain service. They can avoid unpleasant situation. Just really quickly, guys, how much time do you estimate that AI solution could save you per week in this case? 1 hour, 3 hours, 3 or 5, or more than 5 per week, not per day. I hope, guys, that if you're doing something that is extremely tedious, that will take more than 5 hours per day, it's also time to kind of revise your workflow. 3-4 hours per week. It's quite some time, actually. Okay, let's move on. Oh, okay, 1-3 hours, not so much. But again, I hope these kind of brainstormings has help you to think on how, yeah, your time could be directed somewhere else, even if it's less than 1 hour. Imagine if, you know, you have 4 or 5 hours per month that you can use it for something else. It's already half a day. You can hypothetically take a half a day of holiday every month. If that task could be run by somebody else, or someone else, like an entity, an individual that is digital. Okay. The workshop, no, we do it later, but because what we have discussed today was a bit on a more general level on how we talk about low code and no code platforms. Again, when we talk about AI, is a lot on customization and a lot of understanding what are your personal needs, right? When we talk about, okay, saving time, automatize some tasks, yeah, everyone would like that, but okay, Michael would like something, Alvin would like something else, and Bruce, and so on. So these guys, what I will suggest you is to just give a bit of a quick look around on these softwares that they have a free entry point to just see how they look, how much they can help you on a very basic level, and then you can understand if they are worthy to be explored even further. Of course, these personal suggestions, don't do that when you are in a hurry to do a task, of course, because then it will be counterproducing, but just do it on your own. Invest 1 hour of your week to just explore a tool that might be useful for you in the future, okay? Don't preclude you from this information. I hope that today together we learn how to identify opportunities for AI integration in terms of emails and so on. We explore a bit of, rather than a practical application with your input. In this case, we understand how AI can help you on daily workflows and how you can recognize, guys, in which level that you are. 0 level, you can go into a level 1, how the workflow on a very, very basic level, like again, connecting Zapier with your Squarespace and your MailChimp will help you to have a very good database, or Airtable and your LinkedIn post, or chat custom GPT, but custom GPT is not for free. Custom GPT can help you to set up a monthly calendar of outputs for your LinkedIn. Will help you to speed up this task. Again, even if it's just 4 or 5 hours per month that you can save, half a day that you can spend it on somewhere else. And guys, again, confidence on AI tools, experiment, try to understand if these things are good for you. It's not rocket science. Again, low code and no code has been built for people that need an extra help on ad hoc, one time, okay? Again, you imagine that you have a specialist on your team that is doing just that. It's doing perfectly. You don't have to handhold him. You don't have to double check his work because it does exactly as you want. The moment you see that that person and you know, is kind of like able to take a bit more load because you recognize that GPT or AI can actually speed up some of your task in a bit more customized level, then you level up. You go more into a low-code customization, that because you require enough information for your business to advance in a bit more kind of like a, you know what I mean, refined way. Understand? So, good. We are good with timing. Guys, if you would like to go in, oh, sorry. I want to just move away this thing. If you want to go a bit more into this kind of conversation, we move a bit further and a bit more in deep into, for example, understand how to work with content strategy and brand storytelling. I would like to see you in 2 days. And that will be extremely nice. It's a bit more into content creations and understand how brand is extremely important to keep it cohesive on everything that you do. This is extremely cool, how to build a landing page in 5 minutes, because this one here, we're gonna really have a hands-on in 2 tools, ChatGPT or Claude and Framer, if you never heard about. And we see how we create a landing page really in 5 minutes is good, for free. No design, nothing required. Sorry. And then another thing, this is connected to what we said before, earlier today, how to build a custom GPT for your work life, how to speed up some tasks effectively. We are gonna do it on next week. So for now, guys, I suggest you to please, if you have a bit of like few minutes of time, just give us a feedback on today's workshop. Tell us what you think, if it was useful, if some of your question has been answered. I'm a bit sad that I'm sure that not all answers has been given, you know, like just because again in an hour and a half is a bit hard, but and we are a lot today. It's good, but again this one, based on the answers that I saw in the beginning, most of you didn't know what a low code and no code AI was, and I hope with this very brief conversation you just now have an idea and will give you a bit more confidence to move the first steps towards this direction and see if this one these tools are actually useful for you. Again, 1 hour save is already 1 hour saved on your week, on your day, on your month. Okay, I believe that you have also a discount after answering this form. If you want also, I can type you I can give you my LinkedIn. I'll give you later because let me see if I can. I hope every one of you is doing the form. I'll pass you my LinkedIn. If you have further questions, we would like to discuss a bit more in deep. I'm happy to, you know, brainstorm with you. This. If you have also, let me give you a bit more, a couple more informations. We talk about the custom workflows. ChatGPT can do that. Custom GPT can do that. Then in our company, for example, in Hatch Media House, we have to do a lot of like proposals or client pitch. That will be something that our custom GPT has been trained for quite some times now to give out the content for this kind of output quickly and fast, and this has been a very, very huge time saving. This is something that I can show you on the next workshop. I think it's, yeah, next week. While AI can also help you to understand better your audience and, for example, push out specific products or services to a specific crowd without affecting the overall marketing campaign that is already running on your company. For example, let me think. You need to, very silly example, Adidas would like to promote a kind of Samba. Maybe all of you have a Adidas Samba model on a specific color that is more, I don't know, orange and black, more Halloween theme. So this is like a capsule campaign. How, for example, we can create a landing page and a bit more like a marketing logic to make a certain audience be attentive and capture the attention to buy that kind of product. Okay, we are not Adidas, I understand, I know, but use the same metaphor on your own product. Even a photographer, he wants to promote a specific service that is different than, I don't know, pre-wedding shoots. How can this photographer appeal to a certain audience and actually design in few minutes a page, a landing page, so a web page that can be immediately accessed to everyone, where it's describing exactly that product that wants to push. This is something that we can do, I think, next week. And if you're curious, I'll invite you to do it. This is also could be something that is more target to individuals that maybe you guys don't have, maybe you don't take care of a business per se, but you have a sort of like a small project that you care of and would like to give it a bit more, you know, more solid base to your project, and maybe in the future monetize and have some money back on the time and knowledge that you invested. Okay. If you're done with the form, maybe give me a thumbs up, or eventually, yes, disconnect immediately. I give you my informations a bit later, or I give you now, and then we can go back to the form. Okay, this is my LinkedIn. I'm Martina, okay? If you want to have a bit more information about Media House, this is the WhatsApp number. On the QR code, you're going to land on my LinkedIn page, and this is my email. So I invite you to write anything you would like to discuss further with me. I would be happy to answer. Okay, just here we go. Go back to the form. Let's see. Guys, I'm going to be online for other like exactly 5 minutes, and then we can call it a day. Oh, thank you, Albert. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Albert. Also appreciate a lot your input because it's been very different from what we usually maybe heard. It's extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. So really, thank you. Oh yes, of course. Let me write you here my email, guys. One minute. Then I hope I'm gonna see some of you next Friday, this Friday, and next week.